It's good, y'all. How y'all doing? How everything? How's life? How the moms? How the dads? How the fam? I mean, second video is Yoopa. Today we got what if we're not in a simulation but something stranger. And me personally, I feel like we're in a simulation or like some kind of like sophisticated or I guess how would I put it? I guess like a quantum maybe like we're in a huge quantum computer or something like that. But I guess yeah, it would technically be a simulation to where so you know the movie Avatar, and I don't mean like the Airbender, even though that's top five, but the Avatar movie, like the one with the blue creatures, right? So you know how they basically are transferring their consciousness to like these avatar bodies, and that's basically how I like look at life, because our soul isn't like from Earth, so we come to Earth, so it's like we're just like how would I like personally say, I guess I think like we're like, yeah, we're just like souls in a container basically, and like our bodies are like just our vessels, really. It's just holding it like a biotech suit or something like that, with like upgrades and all that. I look at life like anime anyway, so that's odd shit. That's what I think this shit is. We living in a big ass anime, and we all come from one consciousness that broke up, that I guess divided and just, you know. But I don't know if we chose to come here though, because if we chose to come here, but we had to, because I believe that we can do literally anything we want since we are from the one source. And I don't really think anything can really trap us here. Even though we kind of are, but we're not. But we are. You feel me? But it's just a lot that go into it. But let's get to it. Yeah, what if we not in a simulation but something strange?
The seductive theory of our time is pointing us in the wrong direction. Simulation theory is everywhere. It's the rabbit hole of Reddit forums, the backbone of sci-fi epics, the thing Elon Musk casually drops into interviews as if it's...
I ain't gonna lie, Elon, I don't know, he be scaring me. Cause it's like, I don't know if he good for, like, I don't know. I don't know too much. Or maybe I do, who knows. But Elon, he not it to me, I ain't gonna lie. He not it.
obvious. The idea is simple, almost too simple. What we call reality might just be a highly advanced computer simulation.
Yeah, that's how
Every
I
thought
think
you've
it
had,
is.
every moment you've lived, code.
It's just code
It's
and
elegant,
numbers.
it's thrilling,
That's
and
what I'm
it's deeply
saying.
satisfying to a
It's
tech-shaped
the
mind.
simulation theory.
After all, we live inside interfaces, swiping, coding,
Everything is
gaming.
codes,
We
number.
understand
Everything
the
is
world
math.
in terms of machines.
And then the math system is all messed up anyway. Like, school is straight bullcrap.
So of course we're
like,
drawn to the idea that we might be
it's just
inside
teaching
one.
us how to be slaves.
But even
I
as this
swear.
theory gains popularity, something about it feels strangely hollow. Not because it's wrong, maybe it's not, but because it misses something, something close, something
But-
quiet, something that doesn't need to be rendered, because it's already here. You felt it, haven't you? In those fleeting moments of stillness, when you're alone in nature or lost in a dream, when the world feels less like code and more like a whisper, a presence behind the pixels, a mystery inside the mirror. This video isn't here to debunk simulation theory. It's here to go deeper. To ask a different kind of question. What if reality isn't artificially generated, but consciously unfolding?
Everything is
What if the
literally
one
just
thing
conscious.
simulation
We're
theory
just
leaves
this,
out?
I think
Awareness
everything
itself
is just this one
isn't just a
huge
side effect
consciousness
of good coding,
that's
but the
just
very source
broken
of
up,
everything.
like,
We'll
that just
explore that
divided.
idea, not as
What
a
they
belief, but as a
call
direct
God, I guess.
experience. And toward the end, you'll be invited into a brief inner experiment, a glimpse
don't
of what
do,
may be
like-
more real.
I don't do like religious and all that, like religion and all that. All it is just a division. They just create their own people, they create their own gods or whatever, and then just run with it. Like, bro, we all come from one. Then the one divided and created everything. So honestly, once we leave that one, it's simulation. It's not. I mean, it's real, but like, so let's take like dreams for instance, right? Are dreams the real world, like, or like the waking theory. Well, I guess a lot of people don't know that, but the waking dream theory or whatever it's called, as in like this isn't the real, but the dream world is. It's very interesting, very very interesting.
than
But I'm
any
not gonna pause too
simulation could
much. Let
ever
me chill.
render.
Let me chill.
So if you're willing to
But I
pause
love
what you
watching
think you
videos
know,
like this, like,
if you've ever suspected there's something beyond the code,
because I just
stay
know
with me.
there's more, like,
Because
and
this
I
journey doesn't lead
meditate,
further into the
and
simulation.
like I just be
It
trying to
leads out.
learn more.
Welcome to Beyond Reality,
Because half of the
or
stuff, like
maybe
half of the
beyond the
stuff we
simulation.
do don't even
If you're
matter.
new
Like,
to the channel,
like
please subscribe.
most of us are just wasting our lives away.
Simulation theory is seductive because it fits the world we've built around ourselves. We live through screens, work through systems, measure value in data. We've trained our minds to see everything in terms of networks, algorithms, and code. So when someone proposes that reality itself is a form of simulation, we nod. It makes sense. It mirrors our tools, our
It
games,
does.
even our fantasies of
But
artificial intelligence
it's just
becoming God.
consciousness. Like
At its core, simulation theory says this: a sufficiently advanced
anything, we
civilization
would be
could
the
generate
gods
conscious beings inside a
that
virtual
came from the
environment
one
indistinguishable
source.
from physical reality. If that's possible, the argument goes, the odds we're in the base reality are slim. It's mathematical, logical, perfect for a world shaped by silicon and science fiction. And in a strange way, it's comforting. It turns chaos into design. It offers an answer to the big question, why are we here? And even if the answer is a machine, at least it's something. It's a system we can theorize, analyze, debug.
Why do y'all think y'all here? Like, me personally, nah, I don't know. I guess to, like, I know in some way, shape, or form, we're all here to help. Like, help take down, like, whatever's controlling the world, or whoever's, like, running it. Like, depending on what you know or what you believe, I think that's what we're here for, to help. Because if we choose to come here, right, that means we chose our bodies, we chose this specific timeline, we chose, all these things for it to add up for us to be here at this moment, right? So everything is just, if you really just sit here and since I smoke, right, and I'm about to roll up right after this video, I just start thinking, like, I guess I do that all day anyways. Like, I just know there's more. And then when you've been meditating for a while, you can literally feel that there's more. So it's like, how can you not? Like, that's why I say everyone's just wasting their life without even reaching their, like, highest potential. Like with this reincarnation thing, is that why we come back? Or, like, are we trapped in a time loop? Like, there's just so many theories, and it's like, which one do you run with? And that's the same thing with religion. There's so many different religions, but which one do you choose to run with? How do you choose to live your life? How do you choose to make your decisions? How do you choose to move off emotions? Do you choose to, this or that? That's why I meditate. That's why I first started meditating, so I could learn to control my emotions and my anxiety. And then I just learned that meditation is so much more. And then, like, and then I think a way to tell if you've, like, been here before is if, like, you're just instantly good at something. Like, so when I started meditating, I instantly was able to feel my energy, and I just instantly knew, like, there was more. Like, instantly. I guess my entire life, even with, like, dreams and all that, since I was a kid, it's just, like, a lot of shit that always been going on in my mind, and I always just knew there was something more. And but I don't know, it's a lot. But let's continue.
But underneath the thrill of the concept, something subtle gets flattened. Simulation theory has no room for beauty. It doesn't account for grief or love. It doesn't explain why a certain melody moves you to tears, or why holding someone's hand can make you feel like the entire universe has stopped spinning. It reduces human experience to outputs. It renders awe into artifacts. It translates depth into data. And when you try to live that way,
code and data,
to see yourself as a character running code in someone else's system, life starts to feel less alive. Even the thinkers behind simulation theory acknowledge its limitations.
But it's
Philosophers point out its unfalsifiability.
If all of our minds
If
are
you can't test
technically
it, how do you ever
creating
know?
this
Scientists like
this
Sabine
world that we
Hossenfelder
see,
dismiss
is
it as a
like,
distraction. an
what would we
unprovable
see
layer that
if we're
adds
able
nothing to
to,
physics.
like, what will we see if
Some
we're able
argue
to,
it simply replaces
shit picking, what will we see if we're able to actually see the world for what it is? Like, do you think we'll see lights, codes, or like shapes, like, you know, geometry, or, you know, stuff like that? I think it's codes. I think everything is just codes. Like,
one mystery with
I mean,
another.
they're kind of telling us
Instead
that
of asking what
anyways.
consciousness is, it assumes it's just another emergent feature of code.
It's just like
But that's the
consciousness
problem. It skips over the one thing
recognizing
no theory
itself.
can avoid.
That's all it is.
The
That's
one
all we
element
are.
not simulated. The one presence that makes all theories possible.
And it's like
awareness, because no matter
it's like if we really just sit here and think. No,
how convincing the logic is,
let the
no
video
matter how
go.
sophisticated the
'Cause I get,
simulation,
like, amped
it
up
still
about
needs
stuff like
something
this.
or someone to experience it.
Mhm.
Simulation theory tries to explain the nature of reality without asking what it's made of, and that omission changes everything. Maybe it's not wrong, maybe we are inside something, but the question that matters
Yeah,
more
we
than
are
what we're
definitely
in
inside
is
something.
who is aware of it. That awareness isn't coded, it doesn't run on power,
Awareness,
it isn't located in
once
space
you
or
are
time.
aware of
It's
like
here before the question is
how
asked.
the
It's still
world
here when the
is,
theory fades.
even if
And
you
if you
don't
look
know
closely,
everything, when you're
it's never
just
been
aware
separate from
that
anything.
work is
Consciousness
slavery,
is often treated as an
once you're
afterthought,
aware that
a
there's
side effect of
more,
neurons
there's literally
firing,
no
of
going
matter
back.
becoming
Like,
complex enough to notice itself.
it'd
But
be
there's a
hard for
growing
me to
group of
like
thinkers who argue the opposite.
even live like
That
other
consciousness
people.
isn't produced by matter. Matter appears within consciousness. They're not speaking metaphorically, they're pointing to something undeniable. Everything we know, everything we've ever experienced has taken place not in the external world, but within awareness.
But
Right now, you're not experiencing a brain. You're not even experiencing a world. You're experiencing sounds, visuals, sensations, appearing in consciousness. That may sound abstract, but it's actually the most immediate truth available.
literally,
The only thing you've never been without is awareness. It's been present in every moment of your life.
that's our
Not as
greatest
something you
superpower,
have, but as what
awareness.
you are.
Being aware,
This view isn't new.
and not of
Philosophical
just the physical,
idealism
but
has
the
been quietly
spiritual too.
challenging materialism for centuries. From Berkeley's "to be is to be perceived" to Schopenhauer's vision of the world as representation, the idea that reality arises within mind has deep roots. Today, it's being re-examined with fresh clarity. Bernardo Kastrup, a computer scientist turned philosopher, calls it analytic idealism. He proposes that what we think of as the physical universe is more like a projection within a deeper field of universal
Literally,
consciousness.
we're all just projecting.
Rupert
this
Spira
world,
describes
bro.
it more intimately. Awareness
Makes me
is the
think,
ever-present
what's,
background of all experience.
Makes me think what's
Even
beyond the
science,
ice
in
wall.
its most cutting-edge corners, has begun brushing up against this.
They
Quantum
say
physicists
that
have long puzzled.
they say that beyond the ice wall is basically what's being hidden from us, like the lost cities, as in like Atlantis or Tartaria and stuff like that. I want to go over there, but it's like I'd probably get shot down easily, quickly. Immediately they'll pack me up, and I'm a black man. Yes,
Over the observer effect. The
I'd
way
be
a
packed up
particle's
before I
behavior
even-
changes depending on whether it's
Word.
being measured. In some interpretations, it's not the instrument that matters, it's the presence of observation itself. Integrated information theory, developed by neuroscientist Giulio Tononi, suggests consciousness may be a fundamental property of the universe, like space or time, not something created, but something that simply is. And across psychology, neuroscience, and philosophy, there's a growing unease with the materialist assumption that experience can be reduced to chemistry. Because experience isn't chemical, it's experiential. Even simulation theory,
Yes,
with all its
literally.
tech metaphors, presupposes consciousness. Someone has to be aware of the simulation.
Literally, yes.
Even the theorizing
literally.
about it, those thoughts, those words, this very moment, is happening within a field that isn't virtual. So maybe
It's
the
like,
simulation
bro.
is real, maybe it's not.
Okay.
But either way, it's appearing inside something that simulation theory can't explain. Awareness doesn't depend on
That's literally how I see my body, like right there. Just not that color, but gold is how I see my soul inside of my body. Like that's literally like that's how I see like my highest form. It's just like this light body of gold.
on models. It doesn't rely on proof.
But purple is also my favorite color, so that would be cool to look like that, I guess.
It doesn't require belief. It simply shows up. And once you notice that, really notice, it begins to change how everything else looks. Because long before we had the tools to question the universe, long before any concept of simulation existed, there was already something here, quietly knowing.
Literally.
There's a difference
Awareness.
between understanding awareness and noticing it. Concepts stay in the mind. Awareness isn't in the mind. It's what the mind appears within.
Yes.
Close your
literally.
eyes for a moment. A thought appears, then another. Where do they come from? They arrive. They vanish. But something doesn't come or go. Something is simply here, aware of all of it. This isn't a belief to adopt or a theory to argue. It's a quiet noticing, something so
So that makes me think, right? Our thoughts. Are we listening? Like, are we just listening to our thoughts? Because think about it, right? If they say that, being aware and all that, right? So that means like we're being like we are aware but not aware, not aware. I guess some of us are, but aware or not aware of these things that are being transmitted to our brains. If they're not our thoughts, then I mean, where would they be coming from? Right? It's like it's so
ordinary, it's usually missed. Consciousness isn't an idea, it's not a model. It doesn't depend on language.
No.
It doesn't care whether you call it awareness,
Consciousness is what
presence,
created
or nothing
everything.
at all.
So it's everything.
It's the stillness behind the thinking, the space in which every emotion plays out,
Everything
the backdrop
is
that
consciousness.
never moves, even when everything else does.
Everything is
And this
living.
is where
That's why I treat everything with respect. You have to plants, animals, even people you don't like. People not gonna like to hear that. You don't gotta like everybody, but respect everybody. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We all come from one consciousness. Like, and it makes me not even want to eat. Like, once you think about it, it makes me not even want to eat meat or anything anymore. But even then, if I go vegan, right? Plants are still alive. So it's like, you feel me? It's very interesting.
Simulation theory,
I'd
and
still
even
be eating
idealism
something. I'd still
eventually fall
technically
short.
be a
They
cannibal.
point towards
Or is
something vast,
cannibalism
but
only
keep circling it from
towards,
the
like,
outside. No theory can take you
what
into
you
it.
are?
Only direct experience can. Watch your thoughts as they pass. Notice how they try to explain, define, grasp, then shift attention away from the thoughts themselves and toward what's noticing them.
It's
That
like,
shift,
bro, it's
subtle,
like
almost
a battle. I'm sorry, I keep pausing. It's like a battle between our our physical and our like spiritual, I guess. It's like a battle. Like, I guess that's why Christians say like we're born into sin or whatever. But I don't think anybody died for our sins. That kind of makes no sense.
invisible is the threshold.
I don't
You don't
even
arrive
believe
at
in
it.
sin. It's
You
either
uncover it. Mystics from every tradition have pointed here,
you move with
not
love,
to a god in the sky or a
you
structure
move
in the
without
stars,
love.
but to the
I don't
formless clarity
necessarily believe
behind
in
the
good or
eyes.
bad.
Buddhism calls it pure mind. Advaita calls it the self.
Like
The
we
desert
really
mystics
do
call
have
it the
free
still
will.
small voice. And in the language of neuroscience, it's the observer effect, the brain's prediction loop,
Yeah,
the part that no scan can quite explain. Some researchers have even noticed a
so
paradox.
we're
Under
technically
deep
just
meditation
listening
or
to our thoughts.
psychedelics, brain activity reduces, but the felt sense of consciousness expands.
Expands. That's literally why I meditate. That's why, literally right there is why I meditate. Like when you meditate, it's like time slows down and you start to realize that's when the thoughts start to come in. That's when you become so aware. Like, just meditation is just like one of the best things I've ever like come across.
Less content,
If not
more
the best
clarity,
thing.
not disappearance.
I guess
Presence.
I haven't.
You're not being asked to believe this. You're being invited
Yeah, that's
to notice
definitely
it.
one of them.
Not later, not after more explanation. Now. Even this sentence is being read within awareness. Even doubt appears inside it. It has no opinion, no preference. It doesn't need to be understood to be real. And
Yeah,
once you glimpse that, everything starts to reorganize.
that's what they say.
The
What
question
faith is
shifts
called.
from, is this a simulation?
You're
To
not sure
something
if
more
something is
intimate,
real, but you still
something
believe it.
unspoken,
Faith.
something that doesn't seek answers because it's already resting in the one thing that doesn't change. This is the place the theories are trying to describe, and it isn't a theory, it's presence itself. The theory of simulation.
That's why I kind of think life is more about, or I guess like these lives that we live is more just about remembering who we are, remembering where we come from, stuff like that.
Simulation captured something real,
And
our
then
search for
helping
structure,
other
for
people
meaning,
remember
for a place in the
who
strange
they truly
unfolding
are,
of
where their
existence.
soul comes from.
It gave us a metaphor that felt modern, familiar, almost mechanical in its elegance. But it left something out. Not because the model was flawed, but because it was built on the assumption that consciousness is secondary, an accident of complexity, a side effect of information. And yet, through every layer of inquiry, one thing remained untouched: the presence that sees it all. Noticing this doesn't require belief. It doesn't rely on conclusions. It asks for something much simpler. Right now, trace a single thought back to where it came from. Notice the instant before the thought appeared. There's no shape to that place, no color, no edge. But it's not blank, it's not empty, it's aware. That's what the simulation theory couldn't reach. Not because it was too shallow, but because it was looking outward when the answer had always been inward.
Literally,
You don't need to
bro.
decode reality. You're already inside the one thing that doesn't require decoding. Stay with that for a breath, maybe two. And if something quiet opens, just let it. No need to explain it. There's more to explore, here and beyond the screen. If this spoke to something deep in you, you're not alone. This space is here for that. To keep unfolding this inquiry together, you're welcome to subscribe, not as a follower, as a fellow explorer of what.
Okay, that's that in the video. So yeah, I think like it's just remembering, not necessarily looking for, but remembering. Everything is inside of us. Okay, pause. Whoa. But it's more just about remembering. It's not like discovering per se. It's literally just remembering what was, and that's how you know what is. You feel me? But it's a lot that play into that. But yeah, I like videos like this, and I be watching a lot of videos like this on my personal time, because I want to keep growing, and I want to keep learning and keep remembering. Remember where I come from, remembering like. Just think about it. All right, like, so let's think about you. So I'm in the United States, for example. Damn near everything's a lie. Everything that we learn is damn near a lie. And that's pretty obvious, right? Like even the ones who say that they discovered the United States, back in the day, right? There were already people here. So we're not technically Americans. I guess we would be native. Or like some type of like Asian, or like, because if you think about how everything migrated and how everyone was being moved and placed around, and it's just so much that go into it. I just be watching a whole bunch of videos like this all day, and it's like, since I'm doing a reaction channel now, I might as well just react to them. And I be trying to wait, and don't watch a video. I'd be like, oh, I want to react to that. Like, there's a video I'm gonna react to later on from Duke. I was like, oh, feel me? I want to react to that. I waited to watch it so I could react to it. Saw a couple videos that I want to react to later on, but I'm gonna keep getting this going. Keep trying to do this daily. You feel me? It's, what time is it? 7:30 a.m. right now. I called out of work because I wasn't feeling good, but at least we get to get something done today. You feel me? I look at work as slavery anyways. I don't really like this shit. I just work because I know we needed to, to get money. I don't really care about money either. But I just know that's a resource. That's a tool to get us to where we want to get. Not necessarily, but to get us to, where we want to get on that type of level. Money level, or helping people out level, But yeah, man, I'm gonna be reacting to a lot more videos. I'm gonna try to, get a video out every day. I shouldn't even be saying try. I should be getting a video every day. It ain't really hard for you know a reaction video to get done. You feel me? But yeah, man, second video more to come. All love. If you got a blunt, light it up. If you don't, and you want smoke, feel me? Get some Budski and light it up. I'm about to smoke up right now. Drink me some tea. Feel me? Vibe out. Yeah, have a good one. Be safe. All love.